Coach, it is clear, but it is cold here today as EA Sports takes us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at its 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Marcek, 19! Pull together.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on second and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Watson. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check motion.
On the draw, this is Barkley. Tackle made by Deidre Sinnott. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let one go. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to you. Check safety. Hey, check 24.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And some space here. David Johnson on his way. The 30, 10, touchdown, Detroit. David Johnson, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the 38-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
We own it. Line up, line up.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On first down, Watson forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the 50, it's Watson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It's the man traded by the Patriots, Chandler Jones, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hey, 31. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, let's go. Line him, go.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now...
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Going on the ground, it's White. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 16-yard line.
Down. Hey, 180. 50 we're good.
On second down, it's White. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm coming for you. Mine. 58, boy, 58. Orbit. All day, baby, all day. 100.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, right Monday, down.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 37.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They give to Johnson going right. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
What now? 7:34. You're not ready. Hey, Alpha.
Throwing now is Carr. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. After 7-0 on EA Sports. A first down carry here for Johnson. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On second down, they'll run with White. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
Now. 180. Hey, we're good. You 180. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Yeah.
From the gun, it's Carr. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Patriots take over.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
First and 10.
On first down, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Watson being chased out left. Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. On first and 10, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Patriots will take their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Good job.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Watch the whip. He's checking.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. That's complete to Sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus? Tackling the runner for a loss.
Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
You're mine. 58, Mike. 58. Go. Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got. You're mine. Kill.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 41-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Double up. He's coming, double up. He's crashing. He's checking crowd. Check 43. Check 3. Go, Chief.
On 1st down, Johnson. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit! David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Watson on first down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Watson now to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Watson on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now Carr. Caught by Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On first down, Carr. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Let's go.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Kill. Turn
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Down. 180. 50. Hey, 29. 50. 50. Now, come on out here. Come get some. Hey, Wahoo.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He may try and run for this. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch the safety creep. No. Off. Right or run.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
General West. Undercrunch. Check 50. Look. Squeeze.
Back to throw now on first down. Going up top. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
29. 50.
From midfield, here's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. On 1st and 10, Watson flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
That's the way. That's the way. That's the way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now Carr steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa. And that one a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Seahawks. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight?
Watson now on 1st and 10. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 9. 9, go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson escaping the pressure right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Alert! Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the run, watch the run. Hustle, hustle. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? I got him. 50's the Mike.
From the 50, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for New England. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 20. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A big run there by Johnson. 61 yards that time on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First down, here's White. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Opting to run again here with White. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On third down, Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Now Saquon Barkley. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity miss there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
57, Mike, 57. 57's the mark.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He can run for it, and he will. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Okay, we've seen plenty of games. We've been there before. They thought they had this one over with. If they could have stopped them right there on that down, now they've got to continue to play. That's going to be tough.
That's tough because it was such great coverage. They had them blanketed, especially there in the secondary, but, hey, took off and found a way. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, Watson. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run with Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. And it's up.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Watch twins. Check 13. Check 13. Wide. Get wide. Express.
They'll run with White, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. On play action, now Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. A critical error there and a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Brings up second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's second and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, let's get in roll. 49, check 49.
They go to Johnson again. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Monday, down. You ready? They can't hang with us. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. Mike's 50.
Carr to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Check 31, check 31. Check out. Let's go. Match box. Right. Alert.
Now it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert, alert. 50, You gonna see me in your nightmares. Hey, 31. See me.
Watson now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Back to throw. Carr airing it out deep for Smith. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Slam, slam, slam. Check, 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 check.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. It's caught. This is White. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. This from long, very long range. It by a foot or two. It's no good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Under 10, 10. Check 15, check 15. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Switch, switch, switch. Check 24, check 24. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Express.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Down! 180! Here we go. Kill, kill! Check 31. I got tripped this side. I got tripped this side. Bravo! You got three. You got three.
First throw of overtime for Carr. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.